What's up, XRP family? Thank you guys for joining today. This video, we have a lot to talk about, so let's dig straight in because we have some very interesting things about Gary Gensler, who is actually coming into the light because he was playing the good guy until now. Well, at least the good guy in terms of being the head of the SEC, and he was acting like he was doing his job. But guys, of course, lately we have all heard of the FTX scandal that has happened, and Gary seems to be related to a couple of things which are very interesting. So let's dig in. Here we have Ripple XRP fam, Giancarlo at the heart. This is a different type of architecture, money and finance that's not going to change, and some people will try to use this to say this is a flash in the pan. So again, let's take a look what this guy said.
At heart, this is a different architecture of money and finance. That's not going to change. When the railroads came as a new architecture of transportation that allowed what was a regional economy in the United States, a series of regional economies to become a national economy, there was an enormous amount of robber baron activity and shenanigans amongst those early railroads, and they issued stock that was worthless, and it was all kinds of stuff. That didn't undermine the importance of that technology for societal change. It brought in, it replaced the covered wagon and provided a new means of bending together regional economies into what became the world's greatest economy, the United States economy. I think this technology is as fundamental as the railroads, and just because people get it terribly wrong and may have covered up that or committed what turned out to be serious abuses, that doesn't undermine the fundamental nature of this technology. I have no doubt there will be some people that are going to try to use this to say the whole thing's a flash in the pan. But as someone who's been studying this for almost close to a decade now, and very actively involved in it, this is a new architecture of money. This is an important innovation. This isn't going away because of a spectacular crash and burn as we've seen, and maybe others come. This is a new architecture not going away. We just need to bring the right construct around it. We need to relearn lessons we've learned many times in human history about guardrails and proper regulation. The regulators need to step up to the challenge of this. We need to get it right as a country, as a society, as a globe, and we will. But there'll be some spectacular moments along the way, like the one we've just been through.
Very, very interesting. He puts this so precise, guys, and he puts this very well. Now, see, this is someone who's educated. He's a former CFTC chairman, and he knows what he's talking about, guys. So, again, he understands that blockchain is a technology which is just literally a very good technology that is going to be used. And a lot of people, they look at the news and they look at the crypto prices and they think the whole crypto is shit, right? They think whole crypto doesn't have any value because they see some kind of meme coins, but they don't understand the underlying technology which is actually thriving at this moment. Ripple has made so much profit and is hiring people every year, and they're growing. You think that this is a company that is going to go away or is going to stop with the services that they're actually providing, which is helping businesses literally solve a real world problem, guys. It's not gonna go away, and this is exactly what he's telling you. He is telling you guys what is coming. Why are we in this place? We need regulation. Why do you think Ripple is the chosen one company that is into the SEC, into the lawsuit right now, and it's taking so long? Why do you think that is? Think about it. Just think about it, and you will understand that we are so close right now to a finish line, and it will change everything, guys. Ripple XRP fam, everyone, scared of a US CBDC will be like China CBDC. Think about what can go right with a digital dollar if we protected your privacy. If around the world your privacy was sacred, people would flock to that digital dollar. Let's take a look.
There's experiments that didn't work out showing what could go wrong, and there's experiments that show what can go right. You know, a lot of people say, wow, all these things could go wrong if you do a digital dollar. I agree. But think about what could go right. Think about if we protected privacy, if the people around the world knew that with a digital dollar for lawful transactions, your privacy was sacred. The world would flock to that instrument. The world would flock to that instrument in a way they might not even flock to something operated by big tech, which mines your data. You might go to the dollar because your information is safe. Your privacy is protected. And that could actually support the dollar for another 3 generations of global privacy. Yeah, we got everything to lose if we get it wrong, but we got everything to gain if we get it right.
Okay, and I guess my last question.
Very, very well put. Now, it's very hard to give privacy if something is on blockchain, right? Because it's not easy, but there is solutions for that. XRP side chains, they provide privacy, but it's something that we'll just have to see how that unfolds. Gary Gensler blew it again after his agency failed to warn investors about Terra and Celsius, whose collapses this spring sparked a $1 trillion investor wipeout. The SEC chair allowed an even bigger debacle to unfold right under his nose. Now think about this, guys, for a second. Let's put everything together, right? Let's see. We have companies here falling apart. Literally companies who are quite big and they're falling apart. The SEC didn't protect investors from these companies. Not at all. Even if there were signs, even if there were things going on behind the scenes, they didn't say anything. Instead, they went to Ripple, a company which is existing for a decade right now. XRP is existing for a decade right now. They went to that company, which is existing so long, never did anything wrong, was seeking regulation from the beginning. And that's the company they went after. Isn't that weird? Just think about that. It's very weird, and it's supposed to be like that because they know that this is the future. This is a very interesting thing, guys. We have a series called Blacklist here, and they actually mention Ripple Network. Let's take a look.
Wait. Did it? It's done. Look. It's untraceable. Like you asked.
How? Explain.
I used a Ripple exchange to have the fiat currency converted to eCash and then into Bitcoin. I ran the whole transaction through a randomized cryptographic...
He said I used the Ripple network to exchange fiat to currency. Very interesting, guys. This is just something that will be spoken of when XRP is truly going up and we finally see the price that we want to see. Pay close attention to the XRP analysis. I'm starting to see a strong possibility for price to complete a double bottom reversal pattern. Now this is one of the best pattern that you can see, guys. Now when we see this pattern, usually we continue upwards. That's just how it works. We have a push up followed by a flag which is pointing to go upwards, right? It just, everything is aligning at the right moment. Now we may see a bigger dip because you can see that this is actually a bottom, right? That bottom can be hit, most likely will be hit. When we have this 1 to 3 points, it is going to be very explosive and go very fast. Now we may hit 10 cents, we may hit 14 cents, we may hit 17 cents. Here you can see this is a very good picture of what happens next, right? Because most likely we're going to that bottom one more time and then we continue up. Now don't look weird if you look back a couple of weeks and this actually played out, because this is how the market moves, guys. 11/22/22, two worlds collide, November 22, last day of Scorpio. Very interesting, because they always say when two worlds collide that we actually see price moving. Fridays are for filing briefs on behalf of Ripple. Thanks again, Phil and Law. Quick take. Paradigm Operations, a VC, argues how we cannot be used to classify underlying assets as securities, and in doing so, the SEC has erred, usurping the role of Congress. They are usurping the role of Congress. That means they are behaving out of the law, guys. They are doing things that are not supposed to be done. And again, this is all scripted. That's why this is happening. There is no other explanation. This has gone way too far. A transparent company like Ripple is being sued by the SEC while FTX has cheated millions of customers, and it has long been known that FTX is not doing the right thing. In the future, the SEC may focus more on scrutinizing opaque companies like FTX, right? So there's a lot of things going on in FTX right now. And Gary Gensler seems to be related to some things, because the SEC, the CEO of FTX actually met with Gary Gensler. There's an official calendar where we saw that he met with this guy, and nothing happened, right? What did they talk about? What was said? And these are all things, guys. They're all connected for a reason, right? Imagine they find something on Gary Gensler. The Ripple case is going to be over very, very soon, guys, and the judge is going to bring that into consideration with making a ruling, and Gary Gensler might have to pick his bags and go away. Now let's see how this unfolds. We are in a very interesting time indeed. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you in the next one, guys. Cheers.